Hello, all, and welcome back to another episode of Expert Consultant. It's E3 week here, and we're talking about a bunch of stuff. So, today we're going to be talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy game trailer. Now, I love Guardians of the Galaxy as much as every other Marvel fan, but I've only ever seen the movies. I don't read the comics. I did not know who they were before the movie came out. So, I brought someone who did, the prestigious Coco D.
How's it going?
And you've been reading the comics for a long time, right?
Oh yeah, since before the movies started.
So I can watch the game trailer and talk about it, but I don't think it's much importance. There's so much comic book stuff in this trailer that someone who's just watched the movies wouldn't get. And I think I have some opinions about it.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. I have not seen this trailer at all, so this is going to be new for both of, well, for me anyway. I think Dickerson's seen it.
Yeah, I was watching the live stream. All right, and let's get started and go.
I am so proud of you. Do you know what a birthright is, Peter? Something that's a part of you.
Looks
Like your name.
gorgeous.
It does.
Gardeners of the Galaxy?
What? No, Rocket. So I let
By the
Groot
color.
fill out the paperwork. So we got fined.
We appear to be 6,963 units short.
I know, we clearly need a plan.
If you see anything with claws the size of Drax, let me know.
We got this. Drax, throw him. No!
Cool sci-fi.
You want monster? I'll show you monster! No! We disrobe!
Keep your pants on.
Although it could be used as a distraction. Smash him up, Drax! Meet your maker! We're all professionals here, right? Maybe we can work something out.
Get him!
You had one job, Quill.
I did exactly what? Gamora, no killing teammates!
Says who?
It's literally in your contract!
I made no such commitments.
In less than 3 cycles, all would be lost. The galaxy cannot be saved, Peter Quill.
We can do this together! Fucking great, Quill!
So much comic book stuff I don't get.
Some more, right?
It's Star-Lord.
Oh, crap! No, of course I will. I'll call you.
All right. Well, what'd you think, Coco?
I'm really excited to have more superhero games that are like action. Is it action adventure the genre you call them? Ratchet and Clank?
Yeah,
game?
it's more just like, it's a standard single player action adventure game.
I'm super excited that we have more of that. So excited. Because I didn't play much of it yet, but I love the Avengers game, and I love that style of games. And it's beautiful that I'm going to get that kind of game with superheroes I love. Comic book wise, it's Guardians of the Galaxy. It's hardcore Guardians of the Galaxy.
There's
They're definitely feeding into the Disney-ish part of it and still trying to make you fall in love with the old music aspect, but it's crazy adventures, family. Guardians of the Galaxy is basically Fast and Furious, but with superheroes in space. Everything is family, and crazy ass adventures that don't make any sense, but it's okay because it's Guardians of the Galaxy.
So it looked like there's a lot of comic book stuff in that trailer. Like there's like the whole old man. I don't know if that's supposed to be Peter Quill's dad.
Ego,
Yeah.
possibly. So that's the thing with Guardians of the Galaxy. My God, can they tap into anything and everything? Because they have the galaxy. They can do whatever they want. They can have Galactus. They can have the Beyonder. They can have the Tribunal. They can do anything and all things because they have the entire galaxy to work with, which means they could theoretically make this game as long as they want.
Yeah. I don't get any of it. That's the thing. Like there's like a tentacle octopus monster. Like
The thing Peter Quill was like getting involved with at the end.
no, even that I don't know if that's a comic book thing, but like there's like I don't know, it's like a giant octopus monster.
Uh, I have to go through and take a closer look at like what's
Here,
actually happening in that video.
let's do that. Let's go right through it and we'll play it step by step and talk about it.
Sounds good. So I'm gonna try to break this down as well as I can because comic book wise, like just to tell you what's going on.
Yeah,
Because I
I'm
caught
sure.
some things I don't know. It looks like I saw what could be the main villain. So where do you want to start?
Well, I started us right here because this is like, I don't know if you know this planet. It's just the first thing that struck out to me. I don't know if it's a comic book planet. I don't know what the deal is.
So I can tell you right now, chances are, this is they made some stuff up.
Okay, you think so?
I 100% believe that. Hey, obviously, this is not going to be set in like the comic book universe or the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Even though they definitely took elements from both of those.
And that's
Character
something I'm going to get into.
Yeah, like music thing straight up out of the movies, like his little walkie-talkie.
Yeah,
Oh, not walkie-talkie. Walkman.
his Walkman.
Straight out of the movies. How Gamora looks with her hair, how everyone looks, straight out of the comic books. And obviously, we don't see Baby Groot, which means doesn't take place in the same universe.
Yeah, it
But
takes
again-
place in the Avengers game universe. Like they call it the Marvel game verse. It's kind of a disaster, but
I want them to do well. We'll see. The point is, it's a big galaxy. They can make up some crap. So chances are we're gonna see some places we've never seen before, just so they can throw some crap at us that they don't have to explain, which is fine with me. I'm perfectly fine with that. Like big galaxy, there's gonna be new planets. Fact of life.
yeah. Okay. So walking through it and just kind of like monsters from
I have no idea what that is. That's just an alien.
From the game. You know, that's just fun game stuff.
So do you only get to play as Star-Lord?
Yeah, so you only play as Star-Lord and you get to choose like you get to command the other people, which I think is a weird choice.
Same with these guys, unless they're like some minor aliens. I've never seen them before.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel really bad. I should know some of this if they are, but
what do you think of Star-Lord's design? What do you think of it?
Look here. Here's my issue with people complaining about the designs. I've been reading comic books for the past 20 plus years. If you ever use the Marvel comic book app, and I've done this just because I've been bored, start in the 1950s, just scroll through the present, and just watch how Thor changes, how Captain America changes, how everyone's look changes. Tony Stark didn't always look like Iron Man. Or not Tony Stark, my bad. Robert Downey Jr. did not always look like Iron Man. Thor used to be an old guy who Gandalfed his cane on the ground and became the mighty Thor. It's a comic book. They can change. He looks like a basic white boy. Sounds like Star-Lord to me.
Does it concern you a little bit that it's like, do you think it's drawing too much from the movie? Like trying to copy it a little bit too much?
It's what's gonna sell. People recognize the movie. Gamora doesn't. Like Gamora's hair shorter. She doesn't quite look like Drax. Never looks the same in anything he's in. Same with Groot. Rocket's the only one that usually consistently looks the same. I don't care. As long as they look like the characters, I don't care. And the problem with characters like Hawkeye and Steve Rogers and Star-Lord, people think they know what they look like because they've seen the movies and they associate those characters with those actors. There's no set. The basic design is Star-Lord's a basic white boy. That's it. Drax has to be green. Gamora has to be green. Rocket has to be a brown raccoon with like white on his face. As long as they get those bases covered, they're good. Drax can have more tattoos, he can have less tattoos. Gamora's hair, as you can see, can be long, can be short. That part doesn't matter. And I know people are gonna get hung up on what Star-Lord looks like. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. It just he's going to change several times. Check back in 20 years when Chris Pratt is too damn old to play Star-Lord, and they reset the Marvel Universe and we got new ones.
Yeah.
That's just my spiel on that. Because I
That's a good
remember people
take.
getting mad about the Avengers thing. I'm like, I've read several different Hulk things, and he never looks the same in a single one.
Huh. I like that take. That's a spicy take. All right. We'll keep going.
I mean,
Yeah.
it looks fun to play.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's like a fun little action romp.
I've seen them before. I can't tell you who
The
they
red
are, but
people.
I've seen them before. Yeah.
This is totally wrong, but you know who they look like? They look like the red people from the red ring, the anger ring of Green Lantern.
Oh, the Red Lanterns?
Yeah, Red Lanterns. I just off my head.
Give me a
This-
second.
Is this okay? Do you think this is Ego by chance, or is this no?
No, I
No,
think
okay.
that's Lady. Nope, I'm wrong. I do not think that's Ego. There's no way she's the villain of this.
Hmm.
The pro- I could be wrong though. Again, Ego changes a lot.
Yeah.
Like
I
sometimes he's a giant planet, sometimes he's just a face, sometimes he's a dude. Like the thing is, Ego does have a general concept to him, and since I can't see the whole picture,
yeah.
I'm not sure. It could be a brand new villain, which honestly would be fine with me. But if we're taking guesses, best guess would be Ego. Honestly, not sure. It could be anyone. It could be the fucking Beyonder for all I know.
Okay. All right.
It's
So
not, but it could be.
This is the thing. Oh, shoot, I gotta go back. All right.
That's a Metroid.
Oh my God. Let's see. The little boy, Ego. And then whatever this thing is.
I saw.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a villain or just random tentacle octopus monster.
I don't recognize it.
Okay.
It looks like the thing Eco the Dolphin fights.
Oh my God, the alien. It does a little bit,
Um,
doesn't it?
Which is it's a reference I did not plan on making today.
All right, all right.
But yeah, again, I think that's just a generic alien creature. There's your Fast and Furious moment.
Yeah, family. And then this I've seen people talking about.
That's Lady Hellbend. Hellbend.
Okay, who is
I
that?
know her. She's new. That's what's crazy. She
Mhm.
came out 2015, I want to say. I've never seen her associated with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Really?
As far as I know, she's a Hawk person. I've seen her go toe to toe with Hawk. I personally don't know much about her. I will be straight up with you. She's about a 6-year-old character.
Hmm.
I personally have never seen her go up against the Guardians. But I do know that I've seen her on the cover of Hawk comics. Like I've read about her in Hawk comics. But I do know that she didn't come about until about 2015. But yeah, that's Lady Hellbend.
Interesting.
It's either Hellbend or Hellbender.
Hellbent. And got the little like, you see the shark looking thing in the bottom left?
Yeah, That's just. I think those are just like weird ass
Yeah,
aliens.
that's just strange. Okay, Lady Hellbent. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
her
I
name's like
guess.
Marguerite or something.
Then there's Old Man.
That's
I
the sun guy. I promise you, that's the sun guy we just saw.
this oh the big face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I just
I don't. He's got Eagle's beard.
yeah.
I don't know. He could be. I can't remember their name, but the people from the second movie that was
Oh,
those golden people could be one of
yeah.
them.
He's got look at his arms. He's like kind of almost like made up of construct. So
No, constructs forming around him because if you
yeah.
notice, his sleeve matches the rest of what he's wearing. So I think whatever he's about to do is about to make armor form around him.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, off the top of my head, the only one I know for sure, for fact, that was Lady Hellbender.
Hmm.
Just
Okay.
because it's just so crazy to see her because you don't see her. No one knows who she is, and I love that.
Yeah, that's cool. And then of course
The record
Mantis.
though, Lady Hellbender smacked the shit out of Hulk. Don't quite remember how that fight ended, but she did smack the shit out of Hulk.
All right, all right. And then Mantis, I mean, of course. Is Mantis
Again,
popular in the comics? Like, did she actually join them in the comics or no?
yes, but keep in mind that so does Iron Man and Agent Venom.
Oh, okay. Fair. And then
It's post more Disney. I personally don't remember seeing her much. Pre pre like sorry, pre Disney I don't remember seeing her much. Post Disney, I see her quite a bit.
okay.
That's
Cool.
Cosmo.
Cosmo. That what does that mean?
I wish I could remember, but I know him and we have talked about him.
Okay. Just a dog that joins them.
No, I hate that my memory is failing me.
But he's from the comics.
Yes,
Okay.
we've
Just
talked about him,
I think we have.
and I don't remember why. It was back when I was reading Infinity.
Very weird.
Because I know it was the same day I told you about Ex Nihilios.
Oh my god. It's
I'm pretty sure he does. I just know that he's involved with space. And I
yeah.
remember
Okay.
telling you about him because he's definitely in Infinity. Because I was like, there's a dog in this, and I don't know why.
Of course there is. Yeah, Groot holding the llama, and that's pretty much it.
Don't know jack crap about the llama.
No, I think Groot just holding the llama. And then
This disturbs me. That's a Japanese tentacle porn reference with some JoJo mess.
oh,
I'm sure. Wait, that
yes.
in the corner on that vial, that's
what?
the Nova Core.
On what?
So if you're looking straight at the screen to your right, all the way to your right on that canister,
Yes.
that's the Nova Core symbol, I believe.
Huh.
So you know who like pretty much hates them in like
Yeah. Just the
because that's Nova's helmet. I'm pretty sure that's the symbol for Nova Core. I could be wrong. You could just be reading way too much into it. Pretty sure that's Nova.
yeah.
Not the character Nova, but that's the Nova Core, like the Nova's symbol.
They'll probably make an appearance then.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Nova's a Guardian at the moment, as far as I know, unless something's changed. But they're also Guardians of the the Guardians of the Galaxy, but that their job is they're the much, in my opinion, much weaker version of the Lanterns. But
Well, interesting. Let's see.
I don't. People consider Nova a powerhouse. I guess he is. I don't know. I just don't think he's that great.
Well, that's the trailer. Here's the thing. I haven't said much of my opinions on it. I'm like lukewarm on it. I kind of don't like how like it just to me it just seems like, hey, the movies did it, so that's what popular. And like we have to go with the music thing, we have to go the same jokes. Honestly, for me, half the jokes didn't land. Half the jokes are bad.
From a comic book nerd standpoint, I can almost promise you the writing's gonna not be great.
Yeah, I just because the movies are the like Disney tries so hard to make sure those movies are funny, like and they're much like mass produced so they can be good and be successful. That same kind of attention doesn't go towards video games. So I watched the gameplay trailer when they live streamed it, and the jokes weren't great, and I don't think the jokes in the trailer are all that good. And I'm just worried that the game is so focused on being funny because the movie's funny.
That's what I think is gonna hurt the story. They're gonna try to make it goofy, and that's not what. If you're gonna do that, you got to do it right, or I'm gonna be super annoyed.
Was Guardians always like that kind of humor or no?
Yes, Rocket's always an asshole. Star Lord's always a prick, and then you have Drax, who's kind of. The thing is, so Drax can go either way. I've read plenty of comics where Drax isn't comedic; he's just angry.
Has he
He's
always?
just
He's not
mad.
aloof. He's like just. It gets a
There's
little bit
plenty
much.
of comics where I'm honestly, it's definitely before Disney, he was just mad.
Really, he wasn't stupid.
No, that's the thing. Drax, that's the one of the things I don't like. I don't, and again, this could just be because, so like I said, I read Guardians before it was popular. Even I didn't read that much of it. It
Yeah.
wasn't popular. Drax wasn't dumb.
Hmm.
He was an incredibly skilled, talented warrior. Like, it's not that he didn't understand things, he was just quiet and pissed off all the time. Because, like, his family got murdered. Kind of pisses off a guy.
Yeah, it's too heavy. Go on.
Disney found the formula that works, and now
Yeah.
everyone wants to jump on that when it's a comic book. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, I just wish it was kind of doing our own thing because like back in the day before, superhero movies were the biggest thing ever, it was kind of like you'd have these weird smaller games that just kind of did their own thing, like Spider-Man Web of Shadows is a good example of just kind of a weird, just doing its own thing. It's not trying to be the Tobey Maguire movie at all, I don't feel.
Absolutely. That's why I was about to mention the Spider-Man games. They're a
Yeah.
good example of you don't have to copy the movies. The last Spider-Man game was not about some high school, well, not Miles Morales. Spider-Man was not
Yeah.
about some high school kid trying to figure out how to like life. It was about Spider-Man getting his Spider-Man adult life together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then even Miles Morales wasn't like trying to be Tom Holland Spider-Man. It was its own complete different thing.
Yeah, and I think like I don't know. I think Insomniac found a good way to do it. It's like, yes, I think the Miles Morales game does obviously take inspiration from the movie, but I think it stops at a certain point of inspiration. It's kind of like where it's not derivative, where I feel like this Guardians of the Galaxy game goes as far to where it might end up being derivative of the movies. Whereas Miles Morales was telling its own story. Yes, it had moments, but it wasn't more inspired than derivative of
The
Spider-Man.
way the Spider-Man would have done their games wrong would be if every one of their games subplot was Peter Parker trying to navigate being Spider-Man and Peter Parker.
No.
Where even in Miles Morales, yeah, there's a couple moments where he's trying to balance it out, but it's not so much his social life as much as he has to balance out his friends in trouble, but he's also Spider-Man that has to stop his friend.
Yeah.
Which is, honestly, in my opinion, a much better plot than how do I high school a superhero for the 19th time? Which is literally every Spider-Man. Okay, quick side note. I don't dislike Spider-Man. I love it. It's sister's absolute favorite comic. Every one of his stories starts off the same way. He's Spider-Man. His life fucking sucks for like several volumes. Then you get into a real plot. And I'm so sick and tired. He's been Spider-Man for like 50 years. Let him just know how to do it already. Jesus. Dog. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. My side. Sorry, I've been reading a new Spider-Man comic, and it just starts out with him being like, I can't balance out being Spider-Man and Peter Parker. And I'm like, yes, you can. You've done it like several times. You just came off of this run where you watched Doc Ock do it for like 5 years. So you know how to do it. You've seen someone do it. Just do it.
I feel like
Okay,
the Spider-Man
okay.
movies are what caused that, you know?
Oh, absolutely. The cartoons didn't help either.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this has been the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. Overall, I'm excited for it, but cautious. How do you feel?
I want to be excited for it. I really do. But I already don't think the writing's going to be great. Story might be great. I don't think the writing's going to be great. I'm already not too happy that you can only play as Star Lord.
Yeah, it's a
They
weird
better
choice.
make it super fun to play. Like, that's what's going to save it. If it's fun to play, I will forgive it, much like I did Superman Returns. I generally enjoyed playing that.
Yeah.
So because I don't have much hope for the story or the writing, I need that gameplay to be clutch.
Yeah, I like, man, it's weird when they only let you play as Star-Lord, and that's like the marketing is heavily focused on you are Star-Lord. It's weird because what I would love to play as Gamora or play as Drax. Freaking rocket launchers. Like, yeah, there's a lot of cool ideas there. I'm surprised they just decided not to go with.
Also, one last side note: if you're not going to give us the other characters to play as, y'all have better put some effort into making these planets explorable.
Oh, I hope, yeah, they look linear, but man, I hope they're good. I hope they're
If
really
you're
fun.
not going to put enough effort into your game to make an ensemble game where you can't play as the ensemble, you better put that time and effort into making it a place to explore.
Yeah. It's
Otherwise,
just a
what
lot
were
of
you
cool stuff.
doing?
It's a sci-fi story. It's a sci-fi of like hopping around to different planets and exploring. I want to explore these places. They look cool. Let me walk around, you
Like,
know.
I I know it's not going to be that, but like, give me like No Man's Sky exploring with something to do.
I think that's the hope of Starfield. But that's another game for another day. Anyway, well, thanks for joining me as always, Coco.
Thank you. This has been fun. I love talking comic books as always.
And I guess we'll see you around and play what you want to play.